I'm Kev, that's Sheepdog, and together we're on a mission to find the best thing from every city in the UK. Today we're in Liverpool, a city known for its rich maritime history, its love of football, the iconic waterfront, and some band from the olden days called the Beatles that seem to have been quite a big deal. Not that you'd know it from walking around the city. Liverpool is also quite far from where we live, so despite setting off at the crack of dawn, by the time we got there it was already lunchtime and we had a specific local delicacy in mind. Every time we visit a city, one of the main things we try to do is try the local food. The local food we were recommended to try in Liverpool is Scouse, which from what I understand is basically like a lamb stew with veggies and stuff served with crusty bread. Sounds quite nice. We had a look to see where the best place to get it from is, and apparently it's this place, Maggie May's Cafe. So we're here. I've just ordered it. Let's see if it's any good. Obviously Sheepdog can't have it because it's got meat in, so he's having a veggie burger. They need to do veggie options of all these traditional local foods, but I'm quite looking forward to this. I do like a stew. It is 7 minutes to 12 in the morning and I've not long had my breakfast on the motorway, so it's a little bit early for a stew, but this place closes at 6 o'clock on a Saturday, so we can't go later today, and it's not open at all on Sunday, so the only opportunity to get the best Scouse was to come and get it now, Saturday lunchtime. Here it goes. So here we go then. This is Scouse. Comes with crusty bread. They gave me the option of red cabbage or beetroot to have with it. I am not a beetroot guy, so we've got the cabbage. It looks pretty good though. They also brought out a bottle of HP sauce with it, which is always a good sign. Let's get it at. They also brought me out a knife, a fork and a spoon, so I assume I just kind of scoop this up. Cheers. Would you believe it if I just told you it tasted like a really nice stew? Okay, I wasn't expecting pickled cabbage, but it's delicious. Oh, look at the size of some of the chunks we've got in this. I'm trying to find another chunk. Some really good chunks of meat in it though. It's a good stew. And the crusty bread is awesome. For dipping in it. I don't know what the right way to eat it is. What am I supposed to do with the brown sauce? How do you put brown sauce on a stew? Big thumbs up for Scouse. I've just said on Twitter, that's the best local delicacy I've had as part of any of these adventures we've done this year. Better than the pasta in Turin, better than the paella in Barcelona.
Big words.
Better than that disastrous monstrosity of a butter pie that I had in Preston. That was good eating.
We had in Swansea, better
than the Swansea mulch, definitely. Wow. How was your generic vegetable burger?
I mean, I put a bit of brown sauce on it. It was okay. I did look for something that might be like Liverpool related, but it was all just veggie breakfast and stuff like that. But the Scouse looked good, and I feel like if it was marketed a bit better, we'd probably be able to say, oh yeah, you like the Turin pasta, like the Italian pasta and that. You might have been able to say, oh, I went and did this, and people would know what it was. But it's hard to know when you don't, when you've not been to Liverpool to know what it is and how it exists.
Time to explore. So this is Bold Street, which is somewhere we were told to come and check out just because it's where you come and eat. There's two places to eat apparently, here and down at the waterfront, where we're going to be heading a little bit later, but there's certainly, it is restaurant after restaurant after restaurant, and they're all a little bit different. You could pretty much get any cuisine from anywhere in the world here, just in this shop that we're looking at now. He's taken a picture of this Studmeister outfit because he is the Lord of Lagers. I will buy that for you if you wear it for the rest of the day.
Oh, it's tempting. It really is tempting.
This is Smithy's, the dress up and party people. They have a Studmeister outfit for Sheepdog, or you can dress up as a banana, or a pineapple, or a cactus. We've got to go and get costumes. Costumes, costumes, costumes. Students get 10% off. It's not often when I'm researching a city for these videos that it tells me I must go to the local shopping centre, but Liverpool One, which is behind us, kept coming up as something that's really good in this city. It never really explained why either. It just kind of kept saying, you got to go there. So
I was saying on the way down, all the shops that I would expect to see in a shopping centre are already out here, like Marks and Spencer's and Primark and that. So I'm intrigued to see what's in there that makes it worth it being there, if that makes sense.
Should we go and find out? Okay, it seems like we're kind of an indoors-outdoors situation because we've just come in down there and then we're outside again. but it looks like the shopping centre continues over there. I don't know if this is the main centre or... I mean, we're going to continue exploring. At the moment, all we've seen is a vintage shop, and he's too afraid to go in because he doesn't want to find out everything from his youth is now considered vintage.
I don't want to know what's an old band anymore because it'll be all mine.
So we've come to another little cross section, a few little shops, and then suddenly we're outside again, and it looks like there's more over here. So we've got an Odeon and a big staircase and a big Waterstones. I imagine it's just... I mean, I guess it's easy to get lost in here. There are a lot of shops. And it's quite cool the way it's kind of inside and kind of outside, but it is just all the usual shops. I'm not seeing anything remarkable just yet. And now we've just kind of looped back round. I think I kind of get it, because what I think has happened is this is all really new. Like last 20 years
pretty.
new.
I mean, they're still building around this time.
Yeah, they've obviously had a load of stuff here that perhaps wasn't great, and it's been replaced with what is very nice and snazzy and shiny looking, and it wouldn't look out of place in London or wherever else.
Yeah, in London, it's like a nice long street that you go to.
Well, we had the street back there, didn't we? And then this is kind of just all of the shops. So I kind of get it, but it's just a shopping centre. A shopping centre is not going to be the best thing from anywhere, and it certainly isn't. It's just shops. It's fine. We need to go and find something else fun to do.
And that fun thing that I found was a Liverpool match at Anfield. Tickets for this were like gold dust, but a lovely subscriber of mine got in touch and offered me his spare ticket. No ticket for Sheepdog though, so I told him to explore the city while I went to find out if Liverpool fans are really as loud as everyone says they are. Turns out they are quite loud. If you want to see more of what I got up to at the football match, there's a match day vlog over on my main channel. I'll link to that below. And if you're wondering what kind of adventures Sheepdog got up to during the 5 hours I was gone, then you must be new to the channel. Please make sure you subscribe for future videos just like this one. Subscribers already know that he just sat in a coffee shop and waited for me for 5 hours. He even took a picture of his coffee as if we wouldn't have believed him.
Football complete. Didn't go well.
No?
I mean, there's just not that happened. They were loud though. They are loud.
Are they loud? It's not a myth.
They're not Juventus loud, but they are quite loud. Louder than Barcelona. But we've checked into our hotel, which is a boat. If you want to see the hotel boat, it's not a boat, it's on land, but it thinks it's a boat.
I've been in there, but I was still checking.
Yeah, there's a separate video on that you can go and find. But now we're going to head down to the waterfront. So we're leaving the boat that's on land, walking down to the water.
Maybe there'll be a hotel in it.
Who knows? Well, on our way down to the waterfront, we seem to have stumbled across nightlife that starts in daytime. It's very noisy around here, so we're leaving. I'm too old for noise, but I did just get my picture taken in front of a big love heart. Here we go, boys and girls. The reason we've just walked for 20 minutes. I'm about to have my photograph taken with the actual Beatles, who apparently have turned to stone. There we go, Beatles photograph officially taken, and we are now down at the waterfront, which I think this is actually where you get on the ferry. The reason I think that is because it says ferry on the side of the building, and there's a ferry. I used my detective powers to work that one out. Yeah. Over there we've got the Museum of Liverpool.
Is that the old Liverbird thing?
Oh yeah, Anna said take a picture of that. This counts. There's I thought there was supposed to be 2 of them.
That'd be a great name for a Liverpool.
Oh, there is 2. There's one on the one behind it as well. I thought they'd be next to each other. There's supposed to be restaurants down here. I feel like I'm in the wrong place. I think we have to walk up here to find it. I'm really hungry. 7:15 in the evening. I've not had my dinner yet. I've not eaten since my 11:30 this morning Scouse. I need food. We've made it as far as Albert Dock, which is another place that was on our list. This is apparently a good spot to have dinner, which is good because I'm ready for dinner. It's also got one of these.
Well, me?
Behind you.
Stonehenge.
Yeah, and then over here we've got
the whole world.
Yeah, a world. We could probably get a better shot of that from over there rather than over here, but I guess this is the dock that we were supposed to aim for. Albert Dock.
It's no Albert Square, is it?
There you go. Told you I could get a closer shot of the world. It is floating.
Look, we tried. It's nearly 8 p.m. We have wandered around trying to find anything else local, anything else cool. There's nothing here in this part of town. We're starving. So we're at Pizza Express. I did have Scouse for lunch, so I have done my bit, but I've got to eat. I'm so hungry. Pizza Express, incoming. We're eating olives.
Olives are very pleasant.
And that was it for day one of our trip. That nightlife looked a little too rowdy for my tastes, so we headed back to the hotel to get some rest because we had lots planned for the next day and an early start ahead of us.
So it is the morning after the night before. It's Sunday morning, first thing, and we are outside the Beatles Story Museum. We have 2 Beatles activities today. We've got this, and then we're going on the Magical Mystery Tour. The Magical Mystery Tour might be a mess because one of us has forgotten their travel sickness pills.
Oh, right. I thought you were going to say one of us is obsessed with a conspiracy that I'm here to prove and you're here to debunk.
Yeah, Sheepdog's absolutely getting himself thrown out of here for trying to convince him that Paul McCartney's dead.
He's been dead for years.
They got like headset things over there. Neither of us had any interest in it being any part of
I just
headsets.
I don't want something like there the whole time. I'll end up yelling across the room or...
Yeah, so we're going in bareback.
Now, this place was awesome. So good, in fact, we can't possibly do it justice in this video. So we're not going to try to. Instead, make sure you've got your notifications turned on because there'll be a standalone video all about our trip to the Beatles Story coming up in a few days that includes a very special purchase from the gift shop. I'm basically a musician now.
What's that? You want a gift shop haul? One moment. Got a ukulele, which is sealed in a stapled together box, so we won't get that out here. I probably won't be able to play it brilliantly for a day or two anyway. I also got a mug, a Cavern Club mug, which, I mean, we are going there later, but if they didn't have that mug, I'd be sad. And then I also got his and hers John Lennon glasses for me and Anna, and some stickers for my laptop, and a little canvas patch because I've got a blank baseball cap at home. I'm gonna try and make it into a apple head one. We've got an hour now until the Magical Mystery Tour, which is just there. You can see the bus just leaving now. That's a 10 o'clock bus leaving. We're on the 11 o'clock one. That's a 2-hour bus tour where we can hop on, hop off at places like Strawberry Field, Penny Lane, Paul McCartney's childhood home, I think, is another one. We have one slight problem. I don't have any travel sickness tablets with me, so we're going to use this hour that we've now got to try and find a Boots that's open at 10 a.m. on a Sunday morning, which feels ambitious because I think the shops are open 11 till 5. So we probably need a 24-hour chemist, actually. It'll be fine. Don't worry your pretty little head, listeners. There was some in the glove box. The bus has left, so we've now got an hour to just sort of stand here and learn the ukulele. In my capacity as someone who doesn't like Eurovision, I refuse. I'll take you a picture. I refuse to be a part of this, but Sheepdog's a big Eurovision guy. As you can see by looking at his bald head. Yeah, there you go. Have a Eurovision picture. There you go. Eurovision Hulk, apparently that was. We've just stopped for a beverage, green tea, while we wait for the Magical Mystery Tour. Sheepdog, of course, playing a little bit of Pokemon Go.
No, I'm on Twitter, I'm arguing with Spurs fans.
Basically the same thing.
Yeah.
One thing we forgot to mention when we were in the Beatles Story Museum, as you'll know, one of the ways we judge how good a tourist attraction is how many American tourists are in there. And goodness me, I think we were the only English people in the Beatles Story. It was all American tourists.
Yeah, they even talked to us at this one. They were actually so excited to be there. They talked to us a couple of times.
Yeah, a man pushed Sheepdog out of the way to get to the mirror so that he could try on his John Lennon sunglasses.
He said to me, "Oh, I want to see how much I look like him." And I was like, "Oh, you look really like him." And we had a little moment. It was good.
So if American tourists are a way to judge a tourist attraction, the Beatles Story probably going to take some beating. Here we have the Magical Mystery Tour bus. Well, it was a tight squeeze on here. Not much in the way of knee room. Sheepdog's very comfortable though.
Squashed.
He's very comfortable.
Squashed.
Very comfortable. Right, we've just got off the first stop on the Magical Mystery Tour, which is Penny Lane. So we need to queue up for our picture with the sign. Got to have a picture of the sign. It's the rules. There's a sign. It's behind me there somewhere. There's me and Sheepdog in front of the sign. Excellent. So we've got the other sign over here as well. That's the other one.
Once we're back on the bus, I'm going to
There we
point out
go.
the barber shop.
That's the other sign.
Bang.
Now it's back on the bus. I think there's like 4 stops. So next stop is George Harrison's birthplace, which is a little cul-de-sac called Arnold Grove. It's just up here on the right hand side. We've abandoned the bus and now we're wandering down a side street, and that's the one.
Number 12. 12.
Number 12, yeah. Next up then, Strawberry Field, which is not a strawberry field, but it is called that. There you go. There's the sign.
123 years of age.
There it is, back there. We've just been past John Lennon's childhood home on the bus. We didn't get off there, but I filmed this shot there. And now we are wandering down a street towards one of Paul McCartney's childhood homes. Apparently he had many. This is the one where they wrote lots of songs. So we're going to come down and have a little mooch around outside that. The people who just live down these streets must love all this. This is one of 4 tours going on today, just from this company. And yeah, there's at least 2 or 3 different tour companies doing it. I don't know, would it boost the house prices if you live down here? Would you want people coming down here?
Next door to Paul McCartney's birthhouse, and the birthhouse of the McCartney vegetarian sausage.
I always forget about the sausage. Paul McCartney's house. And there we have Magical Mystery Tour complete. That was excellent.
It was very, very good. I really enjoyed it. Learned a lot about the Beatles, a lot about the songs, a lot of things I got wrong in my sort of understanding.
We were on it 2 hours though, so if you suffer from travel sickness the way I suffer from travel sickness, make sure you take your medicine beforehand, because I think I would have
Do you feel all right now, though?
I feel fine, yeah.
I feel fine.
We also got these little tickets that get us free entry into the Cavern Club, a discount in their restaurant and a souvenir. So we're going to head down to the Cavern Club now, which is just around the corner, and go and have a mooch around in there. So the man on the bus said we must not confuse the Cavern Pub with the Cavern Club. Although the Cavern Pub does have this wall of fame of everyone who played in the club over the years, but the actual club itself is further along, I think. But that's the pub, just there. Here we have the Cavern Club restaurant, Sergeant Pepper's. We're in Beatles Disneyland, and here we have the Cavern Club, which we do have our free entry next to Flair's. Do you want to go to the Cavern Club or Flair's?
Ooh, both. Let's go to both.
We're going down into a dungeon. Wow, this is a lot of stairs. We got to climb back up these to get out of this place.
The Cavern Club was great, but as you can imagine, very loud. And not just loud, but copyright music loud. So we can't play any of the sound from it in the video. But it was very cool. There were multiple live performers playing Beatles set lists, loads of memorabilia from not just the Beatles, but loads of other bands who've played there over the years. Even more gift shop goodies and even a local beer for Sheepdog to taste test. Detailed review coming up in a moment. The atmosphere in this place was really good though, and if you've got any interest in music at all, then you have to go and check it out if you're ever in Liverpool. It even has a secret back door guarded by a Cilla Black statue. Liverpool is bonkers. Now, for that beer review.
I don't know why he's not talking.
All right, you are. Sorry, I didn't know you wanted me to speak. So that was Love Lane Ale that I had, and yeah, it was really good. It was nice. It was very hoppy. Went down well. Right at the end, I was like, okay, this tastes too strong now. But for the most part, it was a really nice beer.
Sometimes I wish I drank alcohol so I could offer up incredible wisdom just like that. I had a Coke. It was fine.
Well, we had planned to go down to the Baltic Market for lunch because it had been recommended to us as a good place to go get street food and whatnot. But time completely got away with us. It's nearly 3 o'clock. So we had Pret instead because the market was quite far away. So now we have one more thing to do. We need to go and find this cathedral, which is supposedly one of the biggest in the world, did the man say?
Top 5 in Europe or something at least, I'm sure he said.
Let's go cathedral hunting. Well, because we've been walking all weekend, we decided to drive over to the cathedral. The sat-nav wanted us to go down here, which there are some clues that indicate it probably is a car park, but we sat at that gate and it wouldn't let us in, so we parked in there. If you're from Liverpool, you'll know whether or not we're anywhere near the cathedral. It's cost us 95p to park. We are next to St Michael's in the city, parish church. We're not seeing a cathedral. Did they knock it down and build flats?
Why would you put a church next to a cathedral anyway? Like that's
different flavours of religion, I imagine.
Yeah, maybe salt and vinegar.
Yeah.
Onion.
Where's the cathedral?
Behind this building, I think.
Let's go. Okay, so I assume that's the cathedral there. So we're kind of walking around. Even if it's not, we've stumbled into Chinatown, which is probably better anyway, to be honest. So we're gonna have a wander through Chinatown and see if we end up in a cathedral. I hope the big lion is just playing with the little lion and not murdering the little lion. That one over there's got a ball. So this is the one that's playing with a little lion. There's a big arch up ahead, which the guy on the bus tour that we did said is the second biggest Chinese archway outside of China. That's what he said, wasn't it?
Something about that.
Well, I have no idea where the biggest one outside of China is, but that is pretty big. Go and stand in front of it for some scale.
Yeah, haven't got a banana though.
Look how big that is compared to him. And Sheepdog's nearly 5'8", so that puts that into some perspective for you. It's a big arch. So based on him being 5'8", let's round it down to 5 foot for accuracy. That's got to be 40 feet in the air. It's quite impressive. So if my excellent navigation skills are correct, around this corner should be a cathedral. I mean, I am pretty disappointed. Is that it there? Hold on.
What the hell?
How did it get there?
What?
We came from... I don't understand.
Yeah, no, I really am confused. We're further away than we were a minute ago, are we not?
Yeah, I think so.
We were over there, weren't we?
I don't even know. And I also don't know how we get there from...
That sign, the brown sign says...
Maybe because it's so big, we thought it was closer than it actually was.
Yeah, maybe.
Right, take two. If my calculations are correct, blah, 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 cathedral around the corner. Let's have it. There it is. What do you... I did check first this time. We just had to walk up this hill. Oh, there's the cathedral. Big, isn't it?
That's one of the biggest I've seen, I suppose.
Big shout out to Google Maps. There's the on-site car park. We've been walking for 15 minutes. It's hot today as well. Okay, now we're up close and right outside. I'll acknowledge, I'll step forward so we're not blinded by the sun. Okay, now we're out the front, right outside. I will acknowledge this is quite big and is probably bigger than Peterborough Cathedral.
I'd say taller, but it depends what way if you're looking like width-wise, I don't know. I'd also...
I never judge width-wise. I always go height.
I need to Google how high. I mean, Chris could put this on there if he can be bothered. How high Peterborough is.
Forget if he can be bothered. Chris
is.
could put it on there if he wants to get paid this week.
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know in high order where they all stand. All the ones we've mentioned and been to.
There we go, Chris. You know what to do. Yeah. Okay. This is pretty big. Goes up a long way. You think they put a mezzanine in, give you somewhere to hang out.
What does that say?
Something in neon. So there is a service going on at the moment, so we can't be too loud and boisterous. They are some pretty intricate stained glass windows that I'm not sure if the camera's picking up, but they do look awesome. I want it on record, we've wandered around the shop trying to find a cathedral model for Andy, haven't been able to find one. What we have found is a lift though, so this can be one for his personal collection. You coming in as well?
Yeah, hell yeah.
So it's a hold the button down deal.
Oh god.
It's like being back in Turin.
It is. We've covered all the bases on this trip, I think.
There you go,
Ice cream.
candles. Well, we can get an ice cream before we go home. It's the warmest day we've had. It's probably warmer here than it was in Barcelona.
Yes, it is very warm.
And we've not had an ice cream yet. What we're looking for is a cathedral model. Give it a shove. There you go. I guess we'll just have to get a postcard or something. They had postcards downstairs, didn't they? With pictures on. Do you want a donkey notebook?
You look like you do.
Cathedral complete.
Yeah.
And I think with that, Liverpool complete. So we're going to go and jump back in the car, have a little bit of a ponder and decide what the best thing from Liverpool is. If you want to find out, then you need to listen to the companion podcast. As ever, it's linked in the description to this video, and in that we'll go into a little bit more detail on some of the stuff that maybe didn't make it into the cut for the video, and ultimately make a decision about what the best thing from Liverpool is. Of course, use the comment section to let us know what you think and start getting us ready for our next double header 2 episodes, because we are going to be recording 2 cities in one weekend. We're going to, wait for it, Cambridge and Milton Keynes. So if you've got opinions on either of those places, not the football teams, we know they're bobbins, but opinions on anything else from those 2 cities, let us know down in the comments where we should be checking out when we go to Cambridge and Milton Keynes, and those 2 videos will be coming very, very soon.
We're going to go to the IKEA, aren't we?
No, we don't go to IKEA.
We will.
Thanks for watching, folks. Toodle pip. Bye-bye.